Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gene Edwards, and you are watching LUBED for April the 18th, 2023, as I am doing a recap of last night's Game 1 matchup between the Edmonton Oilers and the Los Angeles Kings. It is already well documented by all the other YouTubers. However, because it went to overtime, I will do the recap the next day. And unfortunately, guys, yeah, it was not a pretty third period. A lot of good things came out of the first and second period, but they just let off the pedal in the third period, letting the L.A Kings catch up twice on a 2-goal lead, and then eventually tying it with, I think it was like 16 seconds left. I'm telling you guys, I was so ready to go live. I had all my titles ready. I had a different thumbnail for this video. And that 16 seconds changed everything for this video. So that's why, like I said, when it comes to me and doing the channel, I will go live if it is a regulation win or loss. But if it has a sniff of overtime, I will just do a recap the next day. I hope you guys can understand, because I am up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So as it stands right now, last night, if I would have done it, I would have been going to bed around 11:30 still. So I think you guys can kind of get the idea. If we go to second overtime or third overtime, like, I will be up in the Stanley Cup final. I will stay up for those. If the Oilers get that far, I will stay up for them. But these first few preliminary rounds, no, I'm not going to stay up for it. I'm too old for it, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, unfortunately, the Oilers lose Game 1, letting off the pedal. A lot of people blaming did.Not for taking that late penalty in overtime, or the reffing that was called on that. And to be honest with you guys, like, it looked like he slipped on a stick, but at the same time, did.Not's swinging through, and the timing was perfect for him to trip, to did.Not swinging with the stick. So I had no problem with the call. Actually, I thought the reffing was actually not too bad at all. The high stick goal, that was a high stick goal. Like, it was clear cut. So, you know me, I will rant about the obscurities with the refereeing and all that kind of stuff. Until this day, I still think Cale Makar last year was offside. I think Cam Talbot had that glove hand save back in 2017 against Anaheim. So those are things that I'll always fight for and stick for. But I thought last night the officiating wasn't bad. I think the Oilers were their own enemy, as they looked very good through 40, and then it was their second period that costed them the game. So let's dive into it. Let's go into the first period. As L.A. and Edmonton renewed acquaintances again. They are no stranger to each other. And you can see the roughness was starting to kind of, you can see it starting to simmer, starting to get there. But it didn't quite fuel that same intensity. I think it's going to be coming in the next couple of games, though. I don't think we've seen the true capacity of the intensity of the playoffs. I think both coaches told everyone just kind of tame down on this. We saw a little bit of chippiness. I'm not saying we didn't, but we didn't see blowovers like we've seen in the regular season. So yeah, we saw that, and then Leon Draisaitl getting the first goal of the series. Just a beauty, an absolute beauty. And you know what? I never picked him in my Sportsnet pool, so all my friends are probably laughing at me now, because he did end up tallying 2 goals last night. And then Bouchard, wow, he is starting to really come around. I think now that he has Ekholm on that on his opposite side there. I'm liking his shot a lot. Like, it's precision and quick, very quick. So it was like 2-0 through the first period. We go into the second period. LA still no answer for the Oilers. Oilers playing very good. I'm feeling good about the way the game's going. I'm thinking, at this point in time, to be honest with you guys, I'm thinking, we might see 4, maybe 5 games. Like, they were that dominating. The one thing LA did, however, I think do very, very well is contain McDavid. McDavid was nowhere to be found last night. And I think we're going to see an answer from him in game 2 for sure. So, yeah, again, through 40, Oilers, flawless. Skinner, looking amazing. Can't say enough. Everything's going good. Then we get into the third period. And this is where everything started to change. LA would get a goal and make it 2-1. However, Leon Draisaitl would get what I was thinking is the insurance goal, and that's basically he was going to be my X factor for last night because of it. However, didn't quite come to fruition, and it went, and then LA would eventually tie it with 16 seconds. And I'm telling you guys, I had everything set up. I was ready to just turn on the lights, go live, and do that. And like I say, I will be live in regulation games. I will do recaps in any game that goes to overtime. I was so ready. I had my notes, I had my thumbnail set, I had everything done to go on YouTube and just blast it out there. And it changed with about 16 seconds left in the third period. And I nearly lost my TV. And I'm just kidding. But I was pretty upset. In overtime, the Oilers would score a goal. However, it was deemed to be deflected by a high stick, which, yes, it was. I saw the replays this morning. 100% perfect ruling. I have no problem with the ruling. They continue on. Then a little bit later, Vinny Desharnais takes a tripping penalty as he went down, and he kind of flung his stick. And at the same time that that stick hit the LA player also appeared to trip on a broken stick that was on the ice. So there was potentially, he could have tripped on that. But the problem is, you're a referee trying to call this game, and you see this stick flying, and then all of a sudden him falling right at the exact moment. I would have done the same thing. I have no problem with the referee making that call. And it would lead to a power play. And in the power play, it would be Iafallo, Alex Iafallo scoring the game-winning goal in overtime, taking the series 1-0 for the LA Kings. They will play tomorrow night in Edmonton. I don't know if you want to consider it a do or die game. I wouldn't go that far, but it is pretty much a must-win type of game because they will go back to LA for 2 after that. You want to make sure that at least if you're going to go back to LA that you got a split, and then you got to try to take one in LA at some point in time. So right now, everything that the Edmonton Oilers worked for in the past 2 months to get home ice advantage in one game has changed. And that's just the way it goes. Let's dive into the X Factor for last night.
Richardson to McGillis, he scores! The Edmonton Oilers have tied the game!
Here are your Edmonton Oilers X Factors for tonight.
Right, so for the X Factor, like I said, I was actually going to go, I was battling between Skinner, I was battling between Leon Draisaitl, and then everything changed in the third period. So I have to say it was a team thing. The team controlled LA through 40, however, let off the gas in the final 20. And that was, I think, the critical error of it. It wasn't so much them going to overtime. It wasn't so much the penalty in overtime. It was the fact that they lost the game in the third period what they did in the third period was what initially costed them the game on last night. Simple as that. So that's very, very unfortunate. But yes, it was their third period woes and their third period just getting off the gas pedal. They were so dominant in the first 2 periods. I was like, this is awesome. And then that happened. So that brings me to the Tim Hortons Legends card. Now, I'm plugging Tim Hortons. I'm not getting any endorsements or any money from it. But they now have these cards out. The Legends cards. And I am going to be doing a pack reveal, on every episode that I do while the Oilers are in the playoffs. So let's open up pack number 1 here, and let's hope we pull something of significance. And like I said, I'm not doing this to plug Tim Hortons. I'm not getting any endorsements or financial gain from them, but I do like their cards. All right. Dennis Potvin. So it's going to get better, guys. Trust me. Islanders and Oilers hated each other in the 80s, and I just pulled a Dennis Potvin. So that's a good start. Very next card is even better. Oh, Jesus. Okay. All 3 cards are really good. Yep. Al MacInnis. So Calgary Flames now. And then to top it out with... Oh, this was just a horrible pack. I'm hoping it gets better. To top it out, the team that took us out of the playoffs last year, the Colorado Avalanche. I hope that's not bad karma for what we're to expect. So if this is going to be bad karma, I just want you guys to know that the very first pack of Tim Hortons cards I opened, and this was at work, I pulled a Grant Fuhr Stanley Cup one. So I would rather go with that for the karma than these 3 cards here. I know those are not exactly ones that I would like to pull. I was hoping to pull an Oiler one. But yeah, again, I'm going to be doing a pack reveal as long as the Oilers stay in the playoffs. So I'll do one tomorrow night. Hopefully tomorrow night if they manage to, if either team manages to win it in regulation. But yeah, throughout the playoffs, throughout the whole time that the Oilers stay in. All right, guys. Those of you who are watching this channel for the very first time and like the content that I bring, feel free to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. As for the rest of you, actually, as for all of you, go Oilers, go. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay hydrated. We will take game 2. You guys have a great evening.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and